Hello, welcome to the first episode of Fifth Down with I am Kenson Probst, and that is Seth Eubank. Seth Eubank, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I live in Dallas, Texas. Huge Dallas fan. Been a fan since I was born, pretty much. Number one in knowledge of football, and Kenson is last place in knowledge of football. So tell us about you. Go ahead with that.
Not much about me. I mean, I played football at a very high level when I was in high school.
A very high level, huh?
When I was in high school, I played a lot of positions, so I kind of have a knowledge of sports in that aspect. But we'll dive into it today. We'll dive into it. So, we're gonna talk about Kansas City losing to Philadelphia by. We're gonna talk about Kansas City losing to Philadelphia 21-17. Kansas City should have won that game. They were smoking the Eagles. And the Eagles snuck another win, barely again. And the Eagles really should not be the record they are right now. They've snuck a lot of games that they should have lost. And that is why. But what do you think, Seth?
I don't know. I actually have to disagree. I feel like I think the Eagles are definitely the team to be right now. And like solely just on like they know how like to win a game. Like they know how to put themselves in a position to win a game, and they know how to make it happen. And we've seen them do that like all year round. And like good teams win close games, and if their record just shows how good they are. They're 9-1, and they've already beaten like a couple good teams. So like, and especially the famous like tush push, whatever it is, like the 1 yard gain play or whatever. Like for you to be able to get like an instant yard, like is like crucial to their offense because there's like so many like moments in a game where you're just gonna need those like 1 yard plays. And even if it's like fourth down, whatever, like they can easily get like 3 yards with that play. So like even that play alone, like that's just good football. And for them to create like a play like that is just like huge.
Right. Yeah, I mean I get it. I get it here. I got why they got lucky here in my notes. Let me try to find them real quick. But they most definitely got lucky. I was able to find my notes here. Here they are. So, coming after halftime, the Chiefs had punted twice and did not convert coming out of half. The Eagles punted twice, but they converted on their third try. So that is unacceptable as a team. You cannot come out to the half and punt 2 times and not convert to a team that's this good. You cannot do that. And I think that's one of the biggest things why they lost is because, like I said, you just cannot do that and have the opposite team. They didn't get any points on that, and that was crucial to their success. And they also had a fumble after. So they punted twice, didn't score on any of the drives, then got the ball again and then fumbled. So they hadn't got any points on any of those series, and while Philadelphia got points, so that put them behind the ball. But what do you think about that, Seth? Do you agree with that, or?
I mean, the Eagles have a really good defense, but yeah, I do kind of have to agree there. Like you would think Patrick Mahomes in that situation, like to not be able to do like almost anything in the second half of the game is kind of crazy to me. But I mean that's just credit to the Eagles defense. Eagles have one of the best defenses. Not I'm not gonna say like top 5, but like they have like definitely a top 10 defense for sure.
Right.
And that was just them like being clutch in a good situation.
Yeah, they're
against a good team.
Yeah, their defense did relatively good this week. Putting the Chiefs to only 17 points. I do think the Chiefs left a lot of points on the board. Their receivers are dog water. They cannot catch. for instance, the second to last throw at the very play, when Mahomes tried to hit Valdez-Scantling, he dropped a perfect wide open pass. And then the second one right before the game, he threw it to his tight end. Can't recall his name, not Kelsey, but the other one, and he just dropped it. I think those are two plays that are pretty crucial that you see that they left some points open. I think that's why the Eagles got lucky, is because if they had converted on those, the Eagles would have lost, and you would not be seeing the outcome of this right now. And then are the Ravens Super Bowl contenders, you think, Seth, or what do you think about that? I mean, they did lose to the Browns 33-31, and they were up in like the first quarter by like 20. What do you think they're contenders or just pretenders?
I think I'm gonna say that they're like just barely contenders. But we're really gonna have to see with them losing Mark Andrews. That's like a key loss.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so I'm really skeptical about them.
Right. And that's fair.
Without Mark Andrews.
Right. And fair. That's very fair. I mean, I think they're fake, because there's no way. If you're a Super Bowl contender, you could be beating a team by 20 in the first half, and completely lose the game like that. That's unacceptable for a team that is of that caliber and have expectations of making a Super Bowl. You just can't do that.
I mean, it happens every year.
Yeah, I mean it does.
Like Super Bowl teams lose. They don't have a perfect record.
Right, but for you,
every now and then they'll lose a game against a bad team.
Right, I get it. But for you to lose,
and Browns isn't a bad team. They have a really good defense.
Yeah, but for you to lose a team that you had pretty handily in the first half is unacceptable. And I know their coach is talking to him about that too. I mean, any team that shouldn't happen to any team. That's unacceptable. If this happens more often, then they're not going to be able to make it, because this is a game that they easily should have had and had it in the grasp and had it there to win, but they just couldn't finish. And I think that's going to be the problem with the Ravens at the end of the day, is they just cannot finish. And Lamar Jackson can't do anything on his own, and so it seems like that happens a lot. And he's gonna have to do a lot of it on his own now that Mark Andrews is out. But I think that's gonna be their downfall, is they just can't finish games, and we've seen that with the Ravens time after time. Not just this scenario, but we've seen that before. So.
All right, so Joe Burrow hand injury out for the season during the loss to the Ravens. What are we thinking about that?
I think that's a big loss for the Bengals. Big loss. He's out for a season, of course, obviously, as Seth just said. But they were already struggling before then. They came into the not the NFL. They started the season off pretty bad. It was kind of behind the ball, just trying to catch up. And you kind of saw some spurts here and there that they were, this is the old Bengals. They're starting to come back. But that season's over. They're not making it to the playoffs. There's way too many good teams out there in front of them, better than them, and so, which sucks, because I think they could have made the push, and that was a big loss for them. What do you think?
I agree with everything you said. Obviously they were struggling during the beginning of the season. Right. In the last couple of games, they've actually looked like pretty good. Right. And it was starting to look exciting for them. And then Joe Burrow just gets injured, and
I feel bad.
Now it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, I feel bad for great players like Jamar Chase, like great players like Jamar Chase, because now his season is over, really, and so now he has to decide, is he gonna keep playing, or is he just gonna sit out with the rest of the season? He's getting paid for this, but it's kind of like the mentality is like the season's over and they can't really make a push for that, which sucks. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if they can go through this adversity and end up pushing back when everyone thinks they're gone. And I think the league is gonna miss that, because they really did challenge the Chiefs every year for that Super Bowl, and I think the Chiefs can run away with another Super Bowl. Sadly, without the Bengals, they're really challenging them because for a little bit, Burrow had Mahomes' number. Like they met multiple times in the playoffs, and that was like the team to look for. Like that was the team to beat.
Burrow owned that matchup too.
Yeah, and now it's like the Ravens and Chiefs have an open path with the Bengals with Joe Burrow being out and them not being able to do that. So it definitely changes the whole look of the playoffs in the NFL. But if out of these 5 teams, Seth, who do you think would get the number 1 pick overall, which would be Caleb Williams? If some of y'all don't know, Caleb Williams is going to be the number 1 pick supposedly this year. I think he's all right. I think he's not that good, but a lot of people would say he's good. But out of these 5 teams, who do you think would get to draft them and why? We got the 8-3 New York Giants, the 3-8 Chicago Bears, the 1-9 Carolina Panthers, or the 2-8 New England Patriots, New England Patriots, or the 2-9 Cardinals. Out of those 5 teams, who do you think is most likely to draft Caleb Williams coming into the 2024 season?
I think the New York Football Giants will trade up for the number 1 pick and draft Caleb Williams.
Is that a hot pick?
I think it's
calling it?
I think
Wow. I don't think.
I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna happen. And after all those teams, I think Panthers they're gonna be the number 1 pick, and they just got Bryce Young, and they're not gonna draft a quarterback a year after they got Bryce Young.
Right.
And so I think Giants are gonna have like 5th or 6th, something like that, because they're obviously showing that they're not wanting to tank. Yeah. After this win last week. Right.
As of right now, like you said, Carolina Panthers would get the number 1 pick as of right now, with them standing at 9-1. But yeah, like you said, there's no way the Panthers are gonna do that. What about the other couple teams? What do you think? What do you think their likelihood of drafting them is?
Chicago Bears, they have Justin Fields. I don't think they're gonna.
You don't think they'll trade him away for that pick?
No.
Okay.
I think they'll still have to open him.
Okay.
He's only been in the league for like 2 years.
Right.
Cardinals. I could see Cardinals doing it. They still got Kyler Murray. He's kind of like 50-50, honestly.
Right.
He can either play great or he can play terrible.
Right.
Patriots, they have Mac Jones, which obviously this year he's been not a very good quarterback. I could see them going for him. I don't know. I feel like just with the Giants dealing with Daniel Jones for the last half a decade, I feel like they're finally giving up on him.
Yeah.
And they'll look for someone else.
Yeah, I think it's hard. It's hard because it's hard to say who, because if you break it down, the New York Giants just paid Daniel Jones a contract of like $40 million. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look it up, but I'm not quite sure how much a year. But he just got paid a pretty big sum of money for the next couple of years, and I don't think the Giants have money can afford to sell out on that and get rid of him and still have to pay for that contract, because no other team is gonna pick up that contract. That's just way too much money, and he's getting paid. He's getting paid like one of the best, one of the top 10, top 5 quarterbacks, and which is completely overpaid. But like I said, no team is gonna want to pick up that option and pay his contract for the next so many years with how he's been playing the last couple years.
I don't understand that one bit, why the Giants are so committed to Daniel Jones. He just has not showed nearly close
and the thing is,
to getting them anywhere.
Yeah, the thing is, Daniel Jones sold them a bag of bricks because he played decent last year, but his decent look good to everybody else because of his year before that. His year before that, he was just terrible. But because he had one good, decent year, everyone wants to forget about his year before that, and they're like, "Oh man, Daniel Jones played great." It's like, no, Daniel Jones played decent, and they overpaid him because they thought he played great this season when he really played decent. And so he sold them a bag of bricks, and he hoodwinked the Giants. My bad. I don't think it's gonna be the Chicago Bears either because they traded a lot of stuff last year to get him. They traded multiple draft picks with the Panthers to get Justin Fields when he first came in, and they traded the farm to get Justin Fields, and so they have to have some production out of that because all the trades that they did and the people they gave away, it's all gonna be for nothing if they just trade him again. If they just trade away him to get the number one pick. They'll basically have given all those guys and all those draft picks to the Panthers just to keep a quarterback for 1 year and then trade him away to get another quarterback. And so I think that would be knowing the Chicago Bears, that is something they would do because that's a franchise. Because the people upstairs aren't too smart, but the likelihood of that happening, I really don't think they're that stupid per se to really pull a stunt like that.
Yeah, if Chicago did that, like all the Chicago fans would be like so mad. Like, I'd be mad too.
Bro, yeah, they would. They already are kind of. I mean, and their franchise hasn't necessarily been like bad. Like their franchise has been decent. Like they're not like a franchise known to be like take cheap hits and cheat and stuff. Like they're okay franchise. They just haven't been good in the last several years, and it's really just sad to see that because like you want to see these teams succeed, and you want to see more competition in the league as these teams start to rise up. But you're always gonna have those couple teams like them that just can't get over the hump, and you don't know what it is: ownership, management, players. But that's why I don't think they'll do it. And then I don't think the Patriots would do it. Although the Patriots could be a team that would, because I think I could see them completely cleaning out house, getting rid of Bill Belichick. I think after this season, Bill Belichick's going to be gone. I think he's going to have been either fired or I think he's going to step down. I think once that happens, I think that could be a good year to rebuild. You could trade why do you want to say Daniel Jones? You could trade Mac Jones away and get some decent draft picks. You know, you could. There's people who would. I think there's people who would like Mac Jones, and Mac Jones can play. He just hasn't been set up with the right situation. But I think they could be a team that could very much be the most likely to do it. I really don't think Carolina's gonna do it because, like I said, like you kind of said earlier, they have the number one pick. Like they just got the number one pick this year, and they can't throw him away like that. They can't get him in the bag. All right, we're gone with you and get the next number one pick. Like that's just not how football works. And Bryce Young still has a lot of years to play, and is a very young talent and can still play. So that likelihood is very slim. And then the Cardinals, I mean, they could. I think Kyler Murray still has some stuff in the tank too, as well. I think he's still a young quarterback. And maybe they could if they cleaned house as well. But I really truly think it would be the Patriots. That'd most likely make the most sense. With them cleaning that house, getting rid of Bill Belichick, getting a new coach in there, getting a new quarterback in there, just changing the whole system. I could see that happening this year, and I could see them most likely getting the number one or trying to get the number one pick overall, which would be Caleb Williams. But that's just my personal opinion on that. All right, this next thing that we're about to bring up is a very highly debated conversation. I personally know who this is, but
I don't know if it is though.
Is who is the GOAT? Tom Brady, this 10 Super Bowl appearance. I think that 10 Super Bowl appearance, 7 Super Bowl rings, or you got the garbage Patrick Mahomes. Who do you think's the GOAT, Seth?
Obviously, Tom Brady.
Obviously, Tom Brady. Okay. Why say that?
Just the amount of success he's accomplished, and for him to like face like fear like straight in the eyes,
right,
and just chunk a ball downfield for a touchdown. Like that's just him.
Right.
He almost plays better under pressure. Like whenever pressure is in his face, he plays better. That just like screams the GOAT.
Right.
And with the amount of like everything he's accomplished and the way like everyone talks about him, like there's like almost no other option. Now I'm not saying like Patrick Mahomes, he's like a bad quarterback or anything. I think Patrick Mahomes is like he's on track to become the new GOAT, but like he's not there yet.
Right.
He just hasn't had a long enough career to be able to pass someone like Tom Brady, because Tom Brady had a very long career that was mainly successful like his entire career.
Right.
So it's very hard to like. The only way to beat that is with time.
Right. Yeah, Tom Brady most definitely has longevity over Mahomes. I think right now Brady's still the GOAT. I think forever Brady will still be the GOAT. I put up a couple of stats from 2021 just to kind of show you comparison of when he was last in the league. Who was kind of better in that comparison between Mahomes and Brady. In 2021, when Brady was last in the league, Brady had 53-16 passing yards, hit 7.4 yards. He had 7.4 yards attempt. He had 485 completions. He had 485 completions. My bad. His completion percentage was 67.4. He had 43 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. His quarterback rating was 102.1 overall. He was sacked 22 times. His longest play was a play of 62 yards. Versus Patrick Mahomes here, and he was leading the NFL in 2021 in all those statistic categories. Interceptions with the least amount of interceptions, yards, completions, quarterback rating. And then we go to Patrick Mahomes. He was fourth. He was fourth in the league in 2021 with 48-39 passing yards, 7.4 yard attempt. So he was tied with Brady as far as yard attempts. He had 658 yard. He had 658 yard attempts. He had 43 completion percentage. He had 436 completions. His completion percentage was 66.3 versus 66.74. So obviously, Brady is beating him in this year's statistical. And I could go down to next year, but I won't bore you with all those stats and statistical stuff. But I think you got the evidence right here that proves to you in 2021, Tom Brady was obviously the better quarterback. Yes, Mahomes is more talented as far as physical traits, but I think Brady obviously shows here in his statistical charts that he was better than Mahomes in 2021. And not to say the least, he had the most Super Bowls, had 10 Super Bowl appearances, played with arguably the best coach in the league in NFL history. Some people would argue Jimmy Johnson's was better, but that's a different conversation. But I think obviously it states here pretty blatantly that Brady was the GOAT, and that Brady was the GOAT, and that he's gonna be an all-time GOAT. I don't think anyone can pass up. If we were to combine all his stats and passing yards from the year before last year and the year before that, I think like he has way too many because of his longevity. But Seth, you got someone?
Yeah. So for this next part, we're talking about Mark Andrews suffering a likely season-ending injury. Obviously, it's a huge loss for the Ravens, and just for a really productive player. He's been like top 5 tight ends this year, and for like the last I don't even know how long.
Right.
and he's just a huge part of the Ravens offense. And for them to like lose a key player like that, it's just unfortunate to see, and especially just for him with how well he's playing.
Right.
But yeah, what about you?
Yeah. Kind of like we said a little bit in the first segment, that's a big hit to the Lamar and the Ravens franchise. Every quarterback needs that safety blanket, and for Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews was that guy, and in a way, Mark Andrews was his number one target in a way because he could rely on him. Lamar Jackson could rely on him when he really needed him, was under pressure, and with Mark Andrews not being there, I think they're compromised in a way. I think, which goes back to the earlier conversation, which is why I think they might be pretenders because. Like I said, Lamar Jackson really relied on Mark Andrews, and with him being out for the season, it looks like that's gonna be a big blow and big hit to him and the team. And so, hopefully they can overcome that. We'll see if they can, but that's a very big ask. But here in this third segment, we're gonna talk about the Cowboys blowout Panthers 33-10, complete blowout, demolish. They dismantled them little cats. You have anything to take away from that domination, Seth?
Yeah, it was a domination for sure, and a dismantling. Obviously, like this isn't like something new.
Right.
Dallas does this all the time. Dallas still has something to prove. And they haven't beaten any good teams yet. And
hey, whoa! What do you mean they haven't beat? Bruh, what do you mean they haven't beat any good teams?
If they can't,
you don't think the Chargers are a good team?
What?
You don't think the Chargers are a good team?
No.
Okay.
The Chargers?
Yeah, I think at the time they were. I think they're slipping now, but at the time the Cowboys played the Chargers, I think the Chargers were a good team because the players around them that they had and the coaching staff, and I think they were somewhat right there in the mix. But within the last couple of weeks, they have fallen down. I will admit that. But I think when the Cowboys played the Chargers, I think the Chargers were a good team that they beat and played. Like as you see, it came down to somewhat the wire. It was pretty close at the end of the day. But
would you put the Chargers?
Proceed.
Would you put the Chargers up there with the Eagles and the Chiefs?
Not right now. I wouldn't. Just because of how they've been playing the last couple of weeks. But going into the season, I had high expectations for the Chargers, and going to the season through the season, they had some good games, But I think when the Cowboys end up playing the Chargers, I thought that was going to be a good hard game, and it did because of and it did. It was close. It was a close game. I think that was a good game. I think them losing to the Eagles. Barely. I think that's another game I think the Eagles should have lost. So they'd have 2-3 losses on the team. But I think they played some good teams the last couple weeks. And last 2 weeks before they start playing the Giants and all these scrubs. But sorry, let me let you go ahead and talk. I interrupted you.
So, like, as you're saying with about the Eagles, like, if you're gonna have a good football team, you're going to win those it's crucial for you to win those close games.
Right.
And Dallas just can't do that right now. And against any good team, they'll blow out the bad teams, and yeah, they'll beat them. But when it comes to the good teams, which is what really matters in the end,
right?
They just can't pull it out. And
right.
And with this final stretch coming up, we have a 4-game stretch against some tough opponents. And so that's going to be our big test for Dak and the Dallas Cowboys,
right.
On what they can really do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think. Let's go back to the Panthers game. I think going into that, it looked kind of dicey. Not gonna lie, the first drive was a punt. They went down. They had 5 plays. And the time possession of that was 123, and watching that was kind of scary because you're thinking, man, they should be able to. The first drive they should be up 45-0 on the first drive. You know, if that was if that was possible. But just going to that first drive and then seeing them punt, you're kind of like, man, this might be a closer game than expected. And then they kept the Panthers offense to 11 plays and 41 yards and end up having to punt. And so right on the next drive, the Cowboys end up scoring right there on that drive with 11 plays and 83 yards, and ended up scoring within 4 minutes and 59 seconds. So they kind of took their time, but at the same time, didn't and scored within that on the second drive there. And so from there on, it just kind of went down for the Panthers. But I think even going to halftime, it was pretty close. Even then, I thought they had it under control and they were gonna pull it out. I had no doubt. But that man, Deron Bland, man, he's balling out, man. He's something special.
Good. 4 pick sixes this year.
Yeah, he gets another one. I think he breaks.
That's more than some offenses.
Yeah,
than some wide receiver rooms.
Yeah, he has more touchdowns than some other NFL wide receivers in the league, which is a lot saying. I think he's tied right now for the most pick sixes. I think if he gets one more, which I think we'll get tomorrow against the Commanders on Thanksgiving, I think he gets one more, he'll break a record for the most pick sixes in a season. And I think that's gonna be a cool moment when he breaks that. I most definitely think we still have quite a bit of games left for him to
pick six is hard to get. That's a lot to say.
Yeah, I mean, but with him playing at this long, he's been playing like
for the rest of the season, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think.
One game.
I think he could within the next couple of games till the season. I think it's very likely. I mean, he's. I would say he's a ball hawk. I would say he's like
sure.
Trayvon Diggs as far as ball hawk. I think the ball's gonna come to him more than a couple more times. I think he can get another pick six soon here in the next couple weeks. But yeah, he's a baller and for sure I would put him for sure in the Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know if that's a stretch, but I'd most definitely put him in the Defensive Player of the Year candidate for that. Maybe even MVP, you know. But I know that's a quarterback, more of a quarterback driven achievement type reward.
I mean, talking about Defensive Player of the Year, what about Offensive Player of the Year? With CeeDee Lamb and his one-hand catch.
Okay, yeah.
That just shows how good CD is, and he's been doing that time and time again the last couple years.
Right.
Even his rookie year, he had a crazy catch against the Vikings.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that. But, I remember after that catch, everyone was like, "This guy, he's different. He's him."
Yeah, he's him. Yeah. Not very many people can make that pass, and not only did he make it one hand, but he was impeded with his other hand. The defender was holding him, which is why he could only get that one hand, and so. Just seeing him being impeded by that, being interfered that way, and still being able to grab it with the one hand like that, just snag it, was a lot to show for the player he is and the kind of future he can have. And so as a next 88, and so he's very much showing that he is him. He is the number one receiver. So this talk about CeeDee Lamb is the number one receiver, he can only line up in the slot, is kind of bogus of a statement, but because he's kind of proven it right now.
For sure, yeah. He's already proven himself way above that.
Yeah. So with that conversation, you think the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders, or you think they're pretenders?
This one is kind of an obvious answer to everyone. They're obviously pretenders.
All that, man.
There's been no proof of them showing that they are a contender.
Right.
And that's honestly just enough said right there. What about you?
Yeah, I think they're contenders. I truly think they're contenders. Right now, I think they're contenders. Excuse me. They're very much contenders. I would say almost in the last couple of years, I would say they've kind of always been contenders. As far as when Dan Quinn was here, but like as you see here, he's
they haven't contended though in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, in the playoffs they kind of have. I mean, they've made it to playoffs every year the last couple of years, and I think with their talent, and it's not just how far they've made it to playoffs that
We've only
makes
made it
it
the last 2
contenders.
years, and we won 1 game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's how far you've gone in the playoffs. I think it's the talent and how you're winning games and how many games you win will also show you're a contender, because you can make it into playoffs and be pretty. I mean, you can make it without. You don't have to make it to the playoffs to be considered a contender. Like you can miss the playoffs, but be number one offense in the league and all this stuff, and therefore you'd be categorized as contenders. Like you see here, he's like the Cowboys. Go ahead.
Like, that's a very, very hot take to me. First of all, like, Dallas hasn't been the top team this year just by record.
Right.
And we've made it to playoffs only 2 times in the last a long time.
Right.
And both of those were like the last 2 years, and we've won 1 playoff game.
Right.
And like for us to say what we're contenders and we can't even make it past the divisional is kind of outrageous to me.
I think you can be contenders. I don't think you have to make it past the second round to be contenders. And I think that goes both ways. I think you can be a very good team. I think the Browns are Super Bowl contenders. But when was the last time they went to not the Super Bowl? When was the last time they made it to the playoffs or made it past?
Do you think the Browns are Super Bowl contenders?
I think the Browns, how they're playing right now and their record, and we'll see how that goes in like the next couple of weeks with Deshaun Watson going out for the season. But I think with Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper and the players that they had around him on the defense, their defense is really good. I think with their defense and their offense and the coaching, I think they are right now a contender, a Super Bowl contender. But we'll see in the next couple of weeks with Deshaun Watson going out. But like I have right here that the Cowboys are 5th in the league out of everyone with 7 wins, 3 losses. And so I think statistically right here it shows that they
I mean, we're tied with 6 people.
Yeah. I mean, statistically it shows here that yeah. I mean, statistically it shows here that we're up there in the league. We're 5th in the league out of overall, and so I think just looking at that shows that we could potentially or be contenders. And I think that watching the game, how they're playing, how they're winning, just kind of shows them clicking on like at the very beginning of the season. You kind of saw the offense kind of pedestrian, not too explosive. But in the last couple of weeks, you see the offense taking that step and taking that notch. And so just from the eye test, looking at them, it's starting to look like they've hit that stride and they're about to make a move. It looks like, and so I think with all of that, I think they are contenders. Now there's levels of that, like the Chiefs. I think they're really high contenders, and the Cowboys could be 5th in that contender level. But there are levels to a team that's contenders. But I think the Cowboys are a contender.
When I think of Super Bowl contender, I think of like 5-6 teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
You think the best chance of winning a Super Bowl? You think the best chance of winning a Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, when I think of Super Bowl contenders, there's like 5 teams in the category.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think this might be something we might at least disagree on for the moment right now, but I would like you to come see me talk to me about that after we whip Washington and run over Seahawks and the Dolphins and Bills, and then I want to see if they're contenders.
We can talk once we beat a good team.
Man, we are gonna be a good team, man. We're gonna smash the.
It hasn't happened yet. So
we're gonna smash them birds, and then we're gonna hunt them buffaloes down. We're gonna.
I like your confidence.
The buffaloes and dolphins, man. We're gonna make the dolphins and buffaloes extinct, man. So.
I like your confidence, but I don't know.
But yeah. With that as well, you think Dak's an MVP candidate or nah?
Nope. Not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Why do you say that?
There's just too many people ahead of him right now, I think. Honestly, like, someone I do think can win it though is CJ Stroud.
Yes.
I think he's gonna win. He's definitely gonna win rookie MVP.
For sure.
And maybe even just MVP. Like, that would be a great feat to get.
Right.
Just with the level he's playing this year, is honestly just incredible as a rookie.
Right.
And he's proven a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he is a contender. I think he is a contender. Like I said earlier, I think there's levels to that, but I think he's contender. But like you see here, he's like 6th or 5th in quarterbacks right now, and just how he's been playing from the eye test. Like, a lot of people criticize that he's inconsistent. He's not a good player. In the last couple of weeks, he's been really consistent in his play. You see him moving around more, and with him moving around more in the pocket, that's opening up the receivers, and that's making it harder for the defense. I think with how he's been playing at a very consistent level, there's not very many quarterbacks this year in the last couple of weeks that have been playing really consistent. There are some that have been playing consistent, but I think Dak Prescott is one of those that have been playing consistent, and just over the last couple of weeks, and he's turned down those interceptions from last year. Like, a lot of people said, those interceptions were who he was, and a lot of people didn't want to believe. That would stop, and that's also a big thing too, that he stopped those interceptions. And he's quiet all the critics that are saying, "Oh, this is Dak. This is Dak's DNA. He throws interceptions all the time. This can carry over into next year." And so he's kind of proved those guys wrong with the interception, with the least amount, with how many interceptions he's cut down on, how the offense is looking, how he's moving the defense, and how he's just really taking it up on himself, and taking it upon himself to not force balls when it's not there, to take what is there, and really just see how games are playing. And so I think that's why, mainly because of his consistency in the last couple of weeks, he could be a contender. But like I said, there's levels to that. He could be the 5th. It could be a level between 1 and 5, or he could be the 5th down there, or he could be the 2nd. I think Patrick Mahomes could be like number 1 contender. But I think, like I said, I think there's levels. But I think you have to put him in there. I don't know where, but you have to put him in there with how he's been playing so far in the last couple weeks, especially couple weeks with his consistency, and how he's just been able to play on the field and how he looks. So, all right, well, we're about to wrap it up here. We're about to go around the NFL here and pick all the NFL games this week, and so we're gonna give our predictions and our scores. So we got this is for week 12 matchup. So we got the 4-7 Commanders at we got the 4-6 Packers at the 8-2 Lions. 11:30 a.m. on Thursday. Who you think is gonna win that? And what's your prediction for that?
I think it's gonna be the Lions. I think they're gonna win 30-23.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
20. What did you say the score was? Not bad.
30-23.
30-23. So somewhat close. I mean, it's not blowout, but you know.
Yeah.
I think Dolphins. Not Dolphins. My bad. I think Lions gonna. I think that the Lions are gonna handle the Packers pretty handily. The Packers haven't been as good as we thought they were going to be coming into the season once they got rid of what's the old quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, people thought that the Packers were going to be different when they got rid of Aaron Rodgers, and it just hasn't seemed that. It seems like they're kind of taking a step down since all that happened. And so I think the Packers can be had. I think the Lions are a really good team right now.
For the 49ers Seahawks, I got the 49ers winning 34-24.
34-24. So you're calling that a close game?
It's 10 points.
Yeah, I mean, could be closer, but it could be bigger for the Niners. I think
it's a 2-score game.
Yeah, I think I'm calling it. I think the Seahawks gonna win. I think the Seahawks gonna hand the Niners the next loss, which internally will eventually help the Cowboys, hopefully down the line. But I think think the Seahawks are going to bounce back from last week and really play good this year. Not this year, this week and play the Niners. And again, that's on Thanksgiving tomorrow, y'all. So really catch that if you get a chance. The next one we got is the 7-3 Dolphins at the 4-6 Jets on Friday at 2 p.m. So it's on Black Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm picking the Dolphins. I think the Jets. The Jets. I think that's pretty.
I think this one's pretty obvious.
The Jets are just completely bad. They're bitching Zach Wilson for I don't even know the quarterback that they're starting this week. So and I just proves
I think it's
how
like
bad.
Boyle or something.
Yeah, Tim Boyle I think it is, but I just proves how bad they are. But I'm calling that one. This is gonna be a hot take. I'm calling it 45-0.
Yeah,
What do you think about that one?
I got 30-10.
13, okay. So you see the Jets putting up 10 points?
Yeah, I think they'll get like one touchdown maybe.
Okay.
And like a field goal.
Okay. All right.
For the Saints Falcons, I got the Saints winning 20-14. I think it'll be a close, like not too high scoring game. What are your thoughts?
Saints Falcons. I think the Saints are gonna pull it out. I think the Saints are a better team in this matchup. They most definitely have a better record, of course, but I think the Saints are gonna pull this one out. I think it's gonna be somewhere in 25 to maybe 17, something like that. But I don't think it's gonna be a blowout or anything. And by all means, and then we got the 6-4 Steelers at the 5-5 Bengals Sunday at 12 p.m. I think the Bengals are gonna. I think the Steelers are gonna win that game. The Steelers have been playing pretty good this year, man.
Yeah,
I think
it's pretty surprising, honestly.
Yeah, and I think with Barrow being out, I think the Chiefs. I think the Steelers are gonna pull this one out, and it's gonna be. Let's do 30-10. I can't see the Bengals really getting more than 10 points without Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I got the Steelers winning 23-16.
Okay, 23-16. Okay.
And for the Jaguars and Texans, I think the Texans are gonna win 33-30.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be more of like a shootout.
Really?
That's why I got it 33-30.
Okay.
I think Texans will pull it out.
Pull out the win. Yeah. I think that's gonna be a good game with how well CJ Stroud has been playing. I think the Jags need to get back on the horse, and they're on a good couple game stretch earlier till they lost to the Niners, and the Niners kind of broke that stretch. But I think the Jags need to hop back on that horse and get going again. I think the Jags are gonna win. I think it's gonna be somewhere maybe 33 to. I think that one's gonna be a close game as well. So I'll say 33-3. I think they'll win by 3 points. The Jags. We got the 4-6 Buccaneers. We got the 4-6 Buccaneers facing the 5-5 Colts Sunday at 12 p.m. This one I'll say the Bengals. No, not Bengals. Sorry, why do I keep wanting to say Bengals? This one I'll say the Buccaneers. I think Daniel Baker Mayfield has been playing somewhat okay in the last couple of weeks. I think they can beat them. I'm gonna say 20-10. I'll say 20-10. So.
I got the Bucks beating the Colts 24-17.
Okay.
And for the 2-8 Patriots and the 3-4 Giants, I think the Giants are gonna win 23-17.
Okay. Sorry, you said which matchup was that? The Patriots and Giants.
Patriots and Giants, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think the Patriots are gonna win. I think the Patriots are the better team right now. Even with all their stuff they have going on over there, I think the Patriots are the better team. I think they're gonna win. I kind of see it being a close game, but I kind of don't see it. So I'm say 25 to let's say 10. We got the 8-3 Ravens and the 4-6 Chargers. So I think the Ravens. I think the Ravens gonna pull that one out. I think the Ravens. I think that one's gonna be a good game too. I think it's gonna be in 35. I think the Ravens will win 35 to 20. To 20. I think the Ravens are gonna win that kind of pretty handily, and I think they'll ride with another win there.
Yeah, I think the Ravens will win 24-20.
Okay.
And for the Bears, the 3-8 Bears and the 6-5 Vikings, I got the Vikings winning 27-24.
Vikings. I think the Vikings are gonna win. I'll agree with the same predictions. I think it's gonna be the same prediction. So and we got two more. We got the 7-3 Chiefs facing off against the 5-6 Raiders. I think the Raiders can pull off the upset here. I think the Chiefs can go on a two-game losing streak here. I think the Raiders. I think the Raiders are gonna play them hard, play them good. I think they're gonna take advantage of the receivers not being able to catch, as you saw against the Eagles. I think you can. I think you can see a little bit more of that on the Chiefs side, and I think the Raiders can take advantage of that. And I'm calling it 30-20 Raiders.
I think in the first half it's gonna be a tight game, maybe tied. One team may be up by a little bit, but I think the Chiefs are gonna win 33-17.
Okay, it's good. And for the last one, we got the 4-7 Commanders at 3-3. Sorry, let me start over. We got the 4-7 Commanders at the 7-3 Dallas Cowboys. Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Central. This is on Thanksgiving tomorrow. I think that's gonna be a good game. I think the Cowboys are gonna win this one. I'm going on a limb here. I think it's gonna be 70. I think it's gonna be 70-10. I think the Giants are gonna
70-10.
Yes, sir. I think they're gonna.
Let that be known.
I think this is gonna be the second 70-point game we have this season, with the Dolphins blowing out the Bucks. Not Bucks. The Denver 70. I think this is gonna be the second one. Yeah, I know it's rare, but the Cowboys are like that. So I think the Cowboys are that good. I think it's gonna be 70-10. Mark my words. What about you, Seth?
I got the Cowboys winning 27-24.
27-24?
Yep.
Oh nah, they can't be winning like that, man. They gotta be smoking them out. But all right, well, thank you for joining us. I am Kenson Probst, and that is Seth Eubank, and we'll be back next week on the 5th down, and y'all have a good Thanksgiving weekend.
Adios.